Hey, what's up guys, Leroy here, and today I'm going to talk about my current training split, my routine, my thought process when constructing this, and an example of some of the workout days. Pull push legs, cube method style. Now this consists of the pull push legs split, which is 3 days on, 1 day off. On my pull day, my primary exercise is the deadlift. The muscle groups that we'll be targeting: back, biceps, rear delts. On my push day, the primary exercises are bench press and the overhead press. The muscle groups targeting chest, triceps, front delts, any of the pushing muscles. And on my legs day, the squat is the main exercise. Although I will mention that I generally do some kind of deadlift exercise as well, like it might be like a stiff leg deadlift or a Romanian deadlift on my leg day, in addition to the pull day. Now, I wouldn't really suggest this to complete beginners or novice lifters. You're better off just going on like a full body split. So cube method is basically a form of DUP, daily undulating periodization, consisting of 3 different workout alternatives, or rep ranges, different 1 rep maxes that you'll be working with. And this was developed by a man named Brandon Lilly, who is a extremely strong guy. So on the heavy days, for the main exercise, I usually do 5 sets of 2 reps at 80 to 90% of my 1 rep max. On my explosive day, so this is the dynamic effort work day, where you do speed reps, about 8 to 10 sets of 3 reps at about 60% to 70% of my 1 rep max. This is kind of like your density day. So you do a lot of sets with very short rest, 20 to 60-second rest between sets. The reps day is more like the quote-unquote bodybuilding rep range. So you're doing 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps with about 70 to 75% of your 1 rep max. So how are we putting all this together? Now what I'm doing is I'm setting it out like a cube with pull, push, legs, day off, and I'm just undulating the different periodizations. So heavy day, explosive day, reps day, and then the next week it'll be shuffled around. So my heavy day will be over here, and then heavy day down here the week after. So on each wave, each 3-day wave, you've got 1 heavy day, 1 explosive day, 1 reps day. So this is how the timetable's set out. Because it is a 3-day on, 1 day off split, you're going to have different days off each week. So I wouldn't really recommend this to somebody that has a really strict schedule in terms of going to work, going to school. You can only train on some days, you can't train other days. This isn't going to agree with your schedule. You're better off doing like a modified version of this, where you might train like say Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or just do like a like a full body split Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Stay away from the bro 5-day splits. Stay away from them. So getting back to this now, 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off, and then we'll repeat the cycle. So basically, you're hitting each muscle group at least twice a week. And as I mentioned earlier, for say deadlifts, sometimes I'll be doing them like 3 times a week, because I'll be doing deadlifts on my pull days. Sometimes I do a variation of the deadlift on my leg day, again on my pull day, and there's another leg day. I could be doing deadlifts 4 days of the week. It's going to be undulating the volume and the frequency and what type of actual deadlift it is. but you get the idea. So you're hitting every repeat workout every, I think it's every 12 days. So pull heavy over here, and then about a week or almost 2 weeks later, you're getting the same workout, the same exact workout. So now I'll just go over some of the example workout days and how I actually like to construct them. So this is generally how I construct a workout routine or workout days. So pull, push legs, heavy, explosive, and reps up there. So what you'd notice, a common trend that I like to do is incorporate basically one kind of horizontal pulling or pushing exercise, with a vertical as seen here, here, and then sometimes on say like push days we'll have a decline as well, but I'll get into that in a sec. So on say pull day, I always start with deadlifts. The only way that it differentiates is on my heavy day I pull sumo instead of conventional, after which I'll do some kind of row and some kind of vertical pulling exercise. So I'll do say, chin-ups on my heavy day. I might do say 5 sets of 5 weighted chin-ups. On my explosive day I might do, again like the deadlifts, I'll do dynamic effort, just explosive pull-ups, like 2 or 3 and then jump down, wait about 30 seconds to 2 or 3 and so on. On my reps day I might do again pull-ups, but I'll just do body weight for high reps, 8 to 10 reps. For the horizontal pulling exercise, bent over row on the heavy days, the explosive days, sometimes it's Panlay row, sometimes it could be just cable rows with the V-bar. Same kind of thing on reps, and I always finish with some kind of rear delt exercise, whether it be, I'm a big fan of face pulls, so it's usually face pulls or rear delt flies, and bicep work can always change. I do write everything down in my book though. And some kind of lower back exercise, either weighted hyperextensions or like cat back rows. Onto the push days, again, always start with bench. The only way it differentiates is on the rep day, 3 sets of 8 reps, and that's on incline. The vertical push on the heavy day would be say 5x5 or 5x3 heavy overhead press. The explosive day, lately I've actually been doing dynamic effort push press. So behind the neck, Jason Blah actually did a video about it. On the reps day, it kind of changes up a little bit, as instead of going straight into a vertical pushing exercise, because incline bench is done first, I usually go straight into a horizontal pushing, which is usually flat dumbbells, and then I'll go into a vertical pushing exercise after that, which is sometimes like Arnold press, sometimes just normal military press or dumbbell press. And then generally speaking, I like to, because we're trying to hit all angles, I try to hit some kind of decline, and on some days I'll combine the decline movement with triceps and do say close grip bench press. Just kill 2 birds with 1 stone basically. On some other days, like today was an explosive day, I did like cables, and then afterwards I did triceps separate. Again here I could do the same thing like that, or I could do like dips or something, just to knock it out. As for leg day, squat is always the primary exercise. On my reps day, I do low bar to start off with. The other days I'll do high bar. High bar is a bit more comfortable for me, and I may even just change this to high bar, but I'll explain that in a second. With my heavy day, I always do 5 sets of 2 reps, then move on to a deadlift variation, which is usually Romania deadlifts on this day. And that's usually 5 by 5. The other days, I generally do stiff leg deadlifts, so pulling from the floor. This day, I'll actually do the dynamic effort, same thing that I do with this. So like 8 sets of 3 fast reps. On the rep day, I'll generally just do the same thing as this. So 3 sets of 8 reps. This is just to ensure that I'm hitting the posterior chain, my hammies and glutes and stuff, as much as the front of my body. The last couple of weeks I've been doing pause squats on my heavy days. So this is sometimes just like 5 sets of 3 reps, just pause squats down the bottom. My explosive day, this is the chunk of the workout. If anything, I'll add maybe a little bit of a leg press, whatever, but I'm trying to densify my training, I guess, especially my leg days, just so I can focus on progressive overload, which I'll get into in a sec. The reps day for legs is where it gets interesting. I did mention this in a previous video. The 50 rep squat challenge is part of cube method, and I've been doing that high bar. I started out, as you would have seen in my training video, just with 5 kilos on each side, making it like 30 kilos all up. This week, well tomorrow, I'll be going for probably like 15 kilos on each side for 50 reps. And that's 50 reps straight with no rest. After that, calf work. That's pretty much it. I'll get into the progressive overload now. So I think probably the most important part of any kind of workout routine, any kind of program, is the progressive overload. So the rate at which you progress. Now with DUP, when you're undulating your workout days into different rep ranges, set ranges, you're using different percentages of your 1 rep max. You have to have different progressive overload patterns in order to progress on each day on each of the lifts. So probably the most basic way to do it to start off with, and for all you beginners out there, novice lifters, this will be the easiest one for you to do. Simply adding weight. So on like a heavy day, what I'm trying to do is add about 5 kilos. So about 2.5 to 5 kilos, which is about 10 pounds. Now, if I can't do that, what I can do is decrease the total reps in each set and up the weight at the same time. So for instance, one week I might do 5 by 5 with 100 pounds. The next week I'll do, say, 5 sets of 3 reps only, but do 110 pounds. Then of course after that, you can go back to trying like say 5 by 5 with the same amount of weight, 110 pounds, and just keep going back and forth from there. But you may just be able to stick to linear progression. That's the easiest way. For my reps day, because it's a lower percentage of my 1 rep max, I'm only adding about 2.5 kilos to the bar. But if that fails, what I can do, and I can do this on the heavy day as well. Let's say I'm doing 3 sets of something. One week I might do, you might be stuck on 100 pounds for say incline dumbbells or something. So you want to break that 100 pounds barrier. You want to get to 105 or 110 pounds. This is one way you can do it. Go for 1 set of 105 and your other 2 sets of 100 pounds. The next time you do that repeat workout, do 2 sets of 105 and then your last set of 100 pounds. The next time you do that repeat workout, you do 3 sets of 105 and you can keep going up from there. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky with like the dynamic effort days, because you're doing such a low percent of your 1 rep max, so you're doing anywhere from like 60 to 75% of your 1 rep max. This is your like density training day. You can't really add, you know, 2.5 or 5 kilos to the bar every single week. It's just not optimal. So what you can do is keep the weight the exact same, you know, say 220 pounds for dynamic effort deadlifts, and you do, you know, 8 sets of 3 fast reps. And the next time you do that, you can just up the sets. So you do 10 sets of 3 reps. Then you can, the next time round, decrease the volume back to say 8 sets of 3, but add 2.5 kilos to the bar. So that's a few ways that you can progressively overload. So that's it, guys. Feel free to like the video, comment down below if you have any questions or comments, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. As always, guys,